You're using the background and passage to answer the following questions. In 1978, a communist party in Afghanistan seized power in a coup. This led to a period of civil war and infighting within the Communist Party. In late 1979, the Soviet Union sent troops into Afghanistan with which it shared a border, in order to install a communist faction of its liking. Soviet forces soon numbered 100,000. An informal coalition known as the Mujahideen fought to oust the Soviets, resulting in a protracted war. The cost in lives and money of the occupation of Afghanistan eventually forced the Soviet Union to withdraw, although this process was not completed until early 1989. The failed intervention in Afghanistan was one element leading to the dissolution of the Soviet Union in 1991. The source of this is the public papers of the President of the United States, Jimmy Carter, from 1980 to 1981, in Book 1, 21 available from the Gerard Peters and John T. Woodley American Presidency Project. Jimmy Carter says, quote, I come to you this evening to discuss the extremely important and rapidly changing circumstances in Southwest Asia. Massive military forces have invaded the small, non-aligned, sovereign nation of Afghanistan, which had hitherto, which means like until now, not been an occupied satellite of the Soviet Union. 50,000 heavily armed Soviet troops have crossed the border and are now dispersed throughout Afghanistan, attempting to conquer the fiercely independent Muslim people of that country. The Soviets claim, falsely, that they were invited into Afghanistan to help protect the country from some unnamed outside threat. But the president, who had been the leader of Afghanistan before the Soviet invasion, was assassinated, along with several members of his family. After the Soviets gained control in the capital city of Kabul, only several days later, there was a new puppet leader even brought into Afghanistan by the Soviets. This invasion is an extremely serious threat to the peace because of the threat of further Soviet expansion into neighboring countries in Southwest Asia, and also because such an aggressive military policy is unsettling to other people throughout the world. This is a callous violation of international law and the United Nations Charter. It is a deliberate effort of a powerful atheistic government to subjugate an independent Islamic people. We must recognize the strategic importance of Afghanistan to stability and peace. A Soviet-occupied Afghanistan threatens both Iran and Pakistan and is a stepping stone to possible control over much of the world's oil supplies. The United States wants all nations in the region to be free and to be independent. If the Soviets are encouraged in this invasion by eventual success, and if they maintain their dominance over Afghanistan, and they then extend their control to adjacent countries, the stable, strategic, and peaceable balance of the entire world will be changed. This would threaten the security of all nations, including, of course, the United States, our allies, and our friends. Neither the United States nor any other nation is committed to world peace and stability continue to do business as usual with the Soviet Union. Along with other countries, we will provide military equipment, food, and other assistance to help Pakistan defend its independence and national security against the seriously increased threat it now faces from the north. The United States also stands ready to help other nations in the region in similar ways. Neither our allies nor our potential adversaries should have the slightest doubt about our willingness, our determination, and our capacity to take the measures I have outlined tonight. I have consulted with the leaders of Congress, and I am confident they will support legislation that may be required to carry out these measures. History teachers, perhaps, very few clear lessons. But surely, one such lesson learned by the world at great cost is that aggression, unopposed, becomes a contagious disease.